Hey, you guys, what is up? Welcome back to Gals on the Go podcast. It's Brooke.
And Danielle, back at it again. We're so excited to be sitting here on this, I was going to say big comfy couch, but it's a small chic couch.
I was going to say it's a small cozy couch.
Small cozy couch. We're on the pink couch. We definitely are breaking it, but that's okay.
It's slowly wearing down. If you watch the video,
yes,
or we showed it like in our vlogs. I think it's just starting to get like a little slant.
I know, just a little. We haven't seen each other in like a week. Well, we saw each other last night,
but that was not even like a real catch up.
I know,
it was like an event. Like, oh, where's the bar? Like,
yeah,
here's
like it's
the
good
food.
to see you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, kisses. Brooke and I decided when we greet each other every time we're gonna go. Mwah, mwah.
It gives us something to do.
It gives us something
a little
to
Euro
do.
chic.
A little Euro chic. Yeah, we went to this really cool party last night for this
Really
company called Built. A$AP Rocky performed. Wyclef Jean performed. It was nuts. The mayor was there. Cara Delevingne was there.
It was such a random mix of people, and just when you thought it like couldn't get any more random, like someone else would come out. What was the name of the
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, yeah.
He just popped up. We were all like, what is happening? This is
I read an article that Dr. Oz was there too.
I heard he was there, but I didn't see him.
Yeah, me neither. And a bunch of people were sending my boyfriend like other people's Instagram stories, like random rappers and stuff.
Oh, they were there?
Yeah, like random rappers were like posting like that.
Wow.
You know, I'm not good at like facial recognition really, unless you're like a huge name.
Yeah, that is so crazy.
So I wouldn't
there
have
was
known,
like Dale from The Bachelor was there.
I did. That's what I recognized him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler Cameron was there.
Wait, that was so funny. Dale. So I walked past him and like I've seen him before. I don't know if I said in the podcast.
Yeah, you saw him at Jack Doll.
Yeah, I saw him at Jack Doll. He's in the neighborhood, and apparently he's really out and about. If you guys live in the, not that I'm spreading gossip, but if you're interested,
he is in the city scene.
He's here. He's in the East Village scene, from what I hear specifically. No, he is.
Wow. Okay.
But then he went up to the bar and he was like right behind Katie, and he goes, "Oh, excuse me," but he like grabbed her and like kind of like shifted by her. Did you watch that happen?
No, but I know what you're talking about. Like,
oh
like,
yeah,
put their back behind
like,
you.
"Oh, excuse me," and she like gave him a look, and she goes, "Huh," and like looks away, and then I was like, "Katie, do you know who that is?" And she was like, "No, I saw him at 310 Bowery last week though. Who is that?" And I was like, that's Dale from The Bachelor. She was like, oh my God. She's like, I've been running into him everywhere.
That's so funny. Yeah. Oh my God. That's
so
so Katie to do that.
I know.
Like, oh, I don't know. Like, I just
yeah, she's like, I met him at a bar, I think.
We took shots.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It was very funny. I was going to say we both have a little bit of a hoarse voice too.
Yes.
Forgive us for sounding this way. We both had big weekends, which we'll get into.
Yes. We had such opposite weekends. But I was chanting all weekend and like, ha, sa, ha. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you didn't tell me about the chanting.
I guess I forgot. There's so much to talk about.
Small detail.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that was that. I literally landed yesterday morning at 6 a.m. That was the first red-eye flight I've slept on. Like I actually slept.
Did you take anything, or you just were like
sleepy
melatonin?
Time tea.
Oh, you did. Okay.
And who was it? I think Margot Austria was saying like sleepy time tea works better than melatonin, and I have to agree.
Really?
Yeah. Like it's fast acting. So I drank.
Did you like feel yourself getting progressively more tired?
Yes.
Like,
I was like waiting to board, and my eyes were closing. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And you know when you're like sleeping, you're like trying to keep it. You don't want to like open your eye. I was trying not to go on my phone. I was just like,
yeah, because then you
stay
break.
Sleepy, stay strapped. So yeah, I slept on the flight, woke up, slept on the flight. 6 a.m. landed, came home, slept for 3 hours, and then I was up and at 'em. We had the event last night. I'm just like, what is?
Got to get after it. Yeah.
You must get after
all
it.
gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes. So with that, let's talk about our weekends. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like I want to hear about yours first. I want to hear about the wellness of it all. I have to be honest, I didn't realize when you told me you were going to Sedona, I really thought it was like resort vibes plus maybe like a little like resort yoga. I didn't realize that it was like you were like signing up for like a class.
Oh yeah, 4-day retreat. Yeah. 4-day intensive.
That's what it is.
Yeah, so it was in Sedona, Arizona, which is absolutely beautiful. I need to go back. We flew into Phoenix. My mom, she surprised us. There's this app called Turo. Have you heard of it? It's like renting a car.
I have. I feel like I've seen ads for it.
It's awesome because rent-a-cars are so expensive now, like $200 a day, and Turo was like a lot cheaper, and we got a Range Rover.
Do you rent someone's actual car?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's how it works. Okay.
But like, I was like, kind of like, what is this going to be like? Completely clean, completely felt like it was just like a rent-a-car. Super nice Range Rover. So we were like thriving the whole weekend, driving around.
So fun.
So fun. And the drive was beautiful. I got back in my Odessa like mood. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, I saw you shared that playlist.
You would love it. It's like this playlist on Spotify has like Odessa vibes. Who does Devil Eyes? Hippie Sabotage.
Yeah, love
that kind of vibe. So good. Road trip there. We stayed at the Enchantment Resort. It was so beautiful. So the way the retreat worked is This one, we weren't like all staying at the same hotel. It was, you could pick whatever hotel you stayed at. And then we did it from Thursday to Sunday. Thursday was a half day. Friday and Saturday.
It's like camp.
Literally, it was camp. I was like, oh my God.
Are you a half day or full day camper? Did you ever go to a camp that was
I
like
did
that?
full day,
I definitely had ones that were like half days, like pickup is happening right now.
Half
Like,
days, no lunch for you.
Yeah.
Go home.
no, you eat your lunch at home if you're a half day camper.
I know. I like did half day camp once, and I was like, oh my God, but the lunch is Chick-fil-A today. Like, I wish it was a full day. Wow, unlocked memory. So it was a women's retreat. And honestly, like, I didn't know a lot about it. I let my mom kind of just like find one, and she knew the woman that ran it. I was definitely the youngest one there. There was one other girl who was 25, I believe, and then all the others were a little bit older. There were some like mothers and even like grandmothers there. So it was just like a really cool, like diverse group of people, which I really, really liked. It was really cool to connect to all different ages. I have never closed my eyes so much in one weekend not going to sleep.
Yeah,
like we meditated 4 to 5 times a day, and I'm just, and like that's what I need to work on. I need to work on relaxing, but I was like going crazy, be like, okay, like let's meditate now, visualizations, whatever. And then I was like, oh, okay, that was a lot. Let's shavasana, lay down. We would do that like 4 times a day, and it's needed because you lots of energy's moving through you. But for me, I was like going crazy. I was like, oh my gosh. But it was really cool. It's like really hard to explain. Like we just did lots of talking. We sat in a circle. There's this beautiful altar in the middle. She played the best music. We did Kundalini yoga every day, which is actually the type of yoga my mom teaches. What else?
Is that why she chose the specific one?
She was like, you know, I know this person from the Kundalini world, whatever. So that was cool. And the woman who ran it was so cool. Her name's Catherine. She's literally the coolest human ever. And it was also really nice because my mom taught me this. When you're like feeling a little anxious or whatever, you would get up and dance. Like we would dance to 3 songs every morning when I was home. And so we would do that every morning. We'd like meditate, and it's like, ooh, that's a lot of energy. Like let's dance it out, you know? So it was something very new for me. It was definitely out of my comfort zone. It was a lot focused on like spirituality, not like if you're Christian or whatever. It's more of like your inner spirituality and like whatever you believe in, which is really, I mean, there's people of all different like denominations there. So
that's what I asked you. I was like, what is it like focused on one thing? So that's interesting that it's kind of like you could apply it to many.
It's like universal, really. Yeah. It's just like, you know, finding your inner self. A lot of women empowerment. A lot of people shared really deep things. And I'm so thankful I got to go with my mom. It was really, really important to her. But honestly, Sedona was my favorite part. The last night we did a sunset hike, and it was the coolest thing ever. And we meditated as the sun came down. We opened our eyes, and there was like a beautiful glow on the canyon. Like Sedona is so special. There's literally an energy vortex there, you guys. I was having the craziest dreams at night. There are literally trees there that are twisted because of the energy. Like, this is no joke. That's like real.
I have to research this a little more. I believe you completely.
Oh no, like I mean, the concierge was telling us at the hotel. Like I feel like,
oh wow,
yeah,
it's
like
legit.
It's legit. And so you could either feel really good there or really bad. I mean, believe whatever you want, but I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Is it a pretty big town? Like, did you go into town?
It didn't feel huge. No.
Okay.
There's like a little downtown. There was a really good juicery that we went to every day, but overall, such a beautiful trip. I want to go back to Arizona.
That sounds like it.
And
very peaceful, Michelle.
Oh, my mom was thriving.
Yes.
One morning we were headed to the retreat, and these like deer were on the road, and she started crying because deer means to be what is it, to be kind to yourself. That's like what spirit animal meaning it is. So she was really in her zone, and I'm so happy for her, and I enjoyed it. But it was just hard to connect to some things because some of it was about like things that I haven't experienced yet. Like some people there had like lost their parents, which is, I'm so thankful that I haven't, but like we did like meditations for that to connect to them. And so it was a little bit of both. It wasn't like full wellness, like yoga workout green juice. It was more of like the spiritual side, which was really cool to experience too.
Did you ever do anything like that before? That's like I mean, I feel like in our sorority we did it maybe like in the first night of the like retreat, I guess, for your sorority, like where you share like your deep dark secret.
I was with you at the Cherry Hill meetup in New Jersey, so I missed that. Or I was at some brand event, and I missed the night that everyone went around and said I know. But that's kind of what we would do, yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. I've done that so many times. Like, that's like so random. I did like a bunch of random like groups in high school. I did this one that was literally called Share.
Oh wow.
And like you got like you know what I mean, getting nominated, but like you go and then you go on the retreat and you share your like deep dark secret and everybody's crying, like you know what I mean. And it's not like secret, but like
something that's
like something that's like troubled you or whatever. Like I talked about how I was like kind of bullied and stuff, and like you know how it was like tough, and I talked about that at the retreat too at KD. Like our sorority retreat. People will share crazy stuff. Yeah. And then you find out years later, because it's almost best to do that like right away, like before getting to know people, because you almost are more inclined to share it before you know everybody. Yeah. Because then after more and more time passes, you're like, yeah, you get more comfortable with them, but you also like care more about probably like what they think about you, and like there's more of a dynamic, and you're like, oh, this person's cool, I need to impress them, I don't want, you know.
And you're not like as worried that you're gonna be judged, because you know like everyone's dealing with their own stuff. And like I'm so sad I missed that night.
And now, my friends and I would like talk back about them and be like, well, you know, like I was the one who shared about this, and I was like, I didn't even like, you don't even remember who said what,
yeah,
so
you
many
didn't
people
know them yet.
So and I'm like, oh my god, like I'll make the like connection like years later. So anyways, that's crazy.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, we did stuff like that, so then it did make me like, you know, feel so much closer with these women, and they're also so special. We're doing like a follow-up Zoom in 2 weeks. So yeah, that was my experience with that. And then you went to Asheville.
I did.
Partying it up.
I went to Asheville. The good thing about this town is, well, we know me in my new old age. It's not like a to the break of dawn. No. It's more of like a daytime activity, which honestly I loved. So with a group of, it was 11 of us total, my college girlfriends, we decided to go to Asheville. That was like the destination of choice last year. We went to 30A. This year we went to Asheville, and we stayed at like a not fun. I mean, it was like a cute little Airbnb. I love this town. You've been, right?
Yeah, it's where I used to go to camp. It's so great.
So cute. It's honestly, it's like a city. It's big.
Yeah.
Like we were walking and like from one side to the other, it was like miles. Like we were like, wow, this is pretty big. And there's like districts and stuff. Trying to think, Thursday night we got in, just like talked to everybody. It's so great because like these are the type of friends, a lot of them live in Atlanta or some are in Charlotte, one's in Nashville, and then like we have a few of us here in New York, and they're the type of friends that like you could really just pick up with, and it's not like, oh my god, well you didn't reach out to me when this happened, or like whatever. Like there's no, you know, some people didn't even purposely share things. So, like I only told one of you guys that this happened. You know, it's very much so. I'm kind of. I prefer that with my friendships. Like, you know, even with like the texting, I don't really like to text and whatever. I prefer to like when I'm in person, I'll tell you my big stuff, you know?
Yeah. It's fun to see people's reactions too.
Yeah. Whether that be like happy or sad or whatever, everybody seems to be doing really, really well. So it's like really exciting. Aww. And yeah, trying to think like highlights of the trip. It was definitely a lot of breweries. They were down there in Asheville.
Down there.
Yeah, and you know, I always thought that the breweries would have like some options, like they really didn't. And I would get like the cider option or whatever, and I'm like struggling to drink it. I make this face when I drink, like I do, like, and I'll be like, no, it's good. It's really good.
I
love
like, beer. Yeah, I'm a beer gal today.
Exactly. I'm like, don't worry. And people will be like, you good there, Brooke? And I like slide my drink over. Just wait till like we go to a bar or something.
I know breweries are tough. They really typically only have beer. It's so annoying. Or I guess that they have the cider at least.
Yeah, but even that, like, I'm like, tough. It's so bubbly. Like, it's hard to like really drink fast. Like, it hurts my stomach kind of. I don't know. I could do a light beer though. Like, I really could. No, I just want to be that cool beer girl. But I really like wine. I like everything else. So like, there's when there's other options, I'm like, I'm fine. I really like sangria. We went to a tapas place. Love sangria.
I actually had sangria in Sedona too.
You did?
So good the first night, but then I felt weird drinking because like it was such like a
spiritual.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
I don't know. They made a comment like, "Are we drinking? Did we drink last night?" I was like, "No."
Gotta cleanse that energy.
Gotta cleanse the energy.
Yeah, it's bad.
Sangria is so fire though. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like if anything really like crazy or funny.
I feel like there's a lot of just like sitting around talking, catching up.
It was. We played Piccolo, that like phone app thing. Some of the questions we played like the spicy one. I was like, we cannot like we were like screaming out loud. I was like, guys, you gotta like quiet down.
Like us in Cabo that one night.
Yes, literally. And we played this amazing game you have to get. It's not even like anything unique or whatever, but it just was such a fun drinking game. And while you're pre-gaming, like literally pee your pants funny because, you know, when you're a little tipsy, it's like kind of funny. It's called Incoherent. Do you see?
Yes, we play that all the time.
Oh, you do?
Delaney showed to me. It's so funny.
So, especially when you're tipsy and like you start like mumbling things. It's hysterical.
You're like, wait, what?
So you guess the gibberish. They'll do like a phrase. So it would say like, subscribe to my channel or something, but it would be like written in a way that it would be like,
Like a ton of words.
Yes, a ton of just like scrambled words that like it could sound like it. So you like sound it out. It's really fun. I hope we're
trying to think of.
well.
I used to like have one memorized. Like oh, I don't know.
Anyways, they're fun. Played a little more Cards Against Humanity. Just a good group. I mean, that was a lot of people. Like so, but we did everything together mostly, which was nice. Like it would be like the big group, and then of course, but you only like it's hard to have like a big conversation with 11 people. Like it's mostly broken up into smaller, like little mini conversations. But I would recommend Asheville if you're looking for like a good girls' treat. There was a lot of bachelorettes there.
Okay.
I guess if you live like in the South, I could see that as like a fun like little cozy weekend. Fun. Yeah. I like it. I like North Carolina a lot. I messed up on the way home. I'll admit to my failure here.
That's funny.
You know me, big traveler. We were sitting at breakfast. It was like a few hours before we were supposed to like check in for our flight, like online, like on the Delta app or whatever. And I opened my Delta app and I misread our flight on the way there was delayed. And I misread the flight. Like I got a pop up and it was like flight delayed, like your new departure time 5:30 or something. And I was like, oh my God. And Alicia, my friend, was supposed to be on my flight with me, and I was like, Alicia, like our flight's delayed. Like we can't sit at the airport on Sunday till 5:30. Like everyone was checking out of the Airbnb at 10. I was like, I can't sit at that airport for 7 hours. I'm gonna be hungover. Like that's gonna suck. So I panicked and like bought a new flight, knowing that Delta would like refund me, and she did the same thing. And then I did the thing where like I looked back and I was like, guys, I hate to tell you this because my guilty conscience was weighing on me. I was like, I could not say anything and I could just move away. She didn't check. She didn't like check. She was like, I just took your word for it. Like, I was on the app too. Like, I didn't even look into it. And my guilty conscience was just weighing on me. I was like, I'm so sorry to tell you this. And everyone at the table was like, are you kidding? Like, you just panicked and but that's how I work. Like, I work in like in Cabo, we did that like fight or flight where I was like, I have to.
Oh, you were
must
stressed.
Rebook now, like because I get panicked.
Did you say so? Yeah, you were looking at your flight on the way there. Not
yeah,
the flight on the way back.
Like an
idiot.
It
was the wrong flight. It wasn't.
It was the wrong. Like my app didn't update till later. I guess.
So you booked a 7 a.m. flight.
So I decided to book a 7 a.m. flight. That was a struggle. We struggled to like get an Uber. We're like running through the terminal, and we took this like what airline? Allegiant or something like random airline. It was.
You flew Allegiant.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean. Not that that's bad. My family does it all the time, but they're always like, I feel like they always have problems, but I'm glad that yours wasn't.
Yeah, it was definitely like, and it was into Newark, which is just not ideal for being like I live on the east side of New York City. Like
LaGuardia is
that's definitely the
preferred
move.
option.
Anyways, just me bitching and moaning, but it was
bitching and moaning.
But then I came back and like rested, and I was actually happy to be back on that Sunday, and I was pretty hungover. Today's Tuesday. But then we drank again last night. Like, yeah, we just really got into it.
Oh, I know.
And now my voice is hoarse. And I also have like the worst period cramps in my life right now. Like literally woke up in the middle of the night and I was like in pain. I thought that I like had a stomach virus. And then I had my period. I was like, okay.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I was panicked.
That's the worst. I had my period in Sedona and that was not a vibe. And then on the last night we were doing this hike. Our whole hike up the mountain, we had to do sa ta na ma sa ta.
I've never heard of that. Was it a tough hike, like rigorous?
Yeah, and we're all like, I'd have to stop for a second. I'm like, sorry, fam, I can't keep chanting. Like, I gotta catch my breath. It was so funny.
That's very funny. It looked like you did like some workout stuff, some not. Like, was it a pretty active group?
Yeah, active group. Did yoga every day, lots of walking. Like that part was great, and the lunch was good. It was like good vegan stuff, which I was worried about because I was like, will I be full enough? But it was good. So yeah, we both had very different weekends. We were both in the mountains, though.
It's amazing also how much, I don't know about Sedona, that might be like a pricey place. Everything, like we went out to dinner and like had like this big baller dinner, so many drinks, whatever. Tip included $60 a person. I was like, I don't miss New York for that reason.
Yeah,
like
the South
crazy.
Is definitely cheaper. I feel like that's so nice.
Yeah, it definitely was a change of pace. So this is your sign, plan a trip. And it really, beyond like the going out to eat and stuff, like that's where it added up. Like the Airbnb per person when we split it up was like $200 a person for the weekend. So just really fun. I think it's fun to have those things on the calendar. We're going to do a Q&A today. And I know something was like how to spice up your life, like have things to look forward to. Like honestly, having that on my calendar, like months ago, I was so excited, like looking forward. I was like, wow, March is going to be awesome for this reason.
It's the best. Weekend trips, especially like post grad, like trying to stay close with your friends from college is like the best way to go.
Yeah.
I'm literally doing 2 weekends back to back. Hallmates are coming here and then I'm going back down to Athens for a reunion with my friends. So
You're about to have a big weekend.
oh my
That's the way to
gosh.
do it. I mean, you know, they only come so far and few between. So it's
No, I know, and I've been looking forward to it. And like we're all texting, you know, like, oh, what is everyone outfits?
Yes.
You know, like it's so exciting, and I literally cannot wait to take them to the Comedy Cellar.
It's gonna be so fun.
It'll be a good
Yeah,
time.
yeah, the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah. So
Running that up.
should we talk about our song of the week?
Sure.
So my song of the week, I was saying, I'm back on my Odessa grind. And they just came out with like 3 new songs, I think. Love Letter. I already know it's going to be on my like Spotify Wrapped because I've listened to it probably 15 times now. 7 a couple days ago. Now it's like at 15. You've listened to it, right?
Yes, of course.
Oh my gosh.
So good. Yeah.
It's such a bop. Like in Sedona, like I literally just played it every morning because there's like that good like slow vibe and then be like a good drop. It's such a good song. So it'll be in our GOTG Jams playlist.
Oh,
Love
it's already
Letter.
in there. I loaded it in.
Thanks for doing it.
I got it locked and loaded, baby. Mine is just another EDM song. It is this person.
Just another EDM.
So sorry. No, I was gonna give like the exact like name of it and stuff. Actually, so random. I went through this phase. I have a confession to make. Last May, I was in like a little bit of a boring phase of my life. So I went through and I followed a bunch of like EDM people.
Okay.
And I was like, let's see like what comes of it. And a few of them followed me back. So now we're like buddies. And me and
On
this,
what social media?
on Instagram.
Oh my god.
So this is just like he's like pretty popular DJ. His name is Kaivon, Kaivon, and we like reply to each other's stories sometimes.
Oh
Like,
my God.
So I keep up, and he has this song called "Stay," and I feel like it's not that like well known of a song, but I really like it. So I want everyone to listen to it. It's just a good bop,
I'll have
like
to
great
listen.
drop. Words, there are words.
Oh,
we love words. Yeah, in the EDM.
Last night we were going up the elevator of Summit 1. The event was at Summit 1 Vanderbilt, which is that huge place with the mirrors and the glass on the 93rd floor.
So I cannot stress how cool it was. Yeah,
There was all these visuals though as
Incredible.
you're going up the elevator. I was like, Brooke, visuals.
there were visuals.
Oh my god. Also, speaking of, so many of you have been responding to my stories when something's funny, saying physical comedy, and you're killing me.
It's great.
I love it.
Amazing.
Physical comedy. I was gonna say we haven't said that in a while, but we haven't really been together in a while.
No,
so
we
we'd
haven't. We
probably
just
be
took like
saying
a
it.
week apart.
I know, a week off. We're only gonna really see each other like on the weekdays until your birthday weekend.
I know. Oh my god, I can't wait. That's gonna be so much fun.
I have to figure out my fit.
Yes, you should. I got mine locked and loaded. We have a theme.
We both still have our Cabo nails.
Oh,
Are you going
I
this
did
week?
want to give an update. Yeah, I did get a few questions. How did it go meeting the BF's parents with these nails? Nothing was mentioned. I didn't bring it up. We've learned not to draw attention to things.
Yes.
So I just decided not to bring it up. But it was fantastic. It was like such an amazing time.
I'm sure they loved
yeah,
you.
thanks. Yeah. Great convo. So I wasn't, but it's like the thing, it's like, do I say like I got these because I was going away and I just decided not to, and I'm glad I didn't.
It's tough. It's like, oh, don't look at my pimple. Well, now I'm looking at your
Yes.
pimple. It's the same energy, so that makes sense. Are you getting your nails done this week?
Yeah, and these will be like the last like through my birthday. So then I had to get fun birthday nails.
Oh my gosh.
I'm doing it again. No, not actually. These are like neon.
Wait, I need to know what you're gonna do for your birthday. That's so exciting. Are you going? When are you going? Are you going tomorrow by chance?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I remember you said you were going in either after me or like 2 after me. They're gonna have a little bit of glitter in them. I'll say that.
A little bit of pizzazz.
Not as crazy as these. What are you gonna do?
I'm excited about my design. It's like I'm doing like it's. I can't speak words right now. You guys will already see it, so go check out my Instagram, my nail highlight, if you want to see what I'm doing. But it's like 2-tone colored. Like there's like the tip is different than the nail color.
Oh, I like that.
It's
okay.
with these
Love.
colors.
So
It's
cute.
kind of springy, and
Love.
it's 30 degrees outside, so we'll see how it goes.
It's gonna
but
warm up. I really think these are the last few cold days. If
it
you're in
was
New York, we're
brutal.
struggling. Yeah,
I was like, you know, my eyes are tearing up. We love that.
It's we're gonna get into the 50s next week. Thank gosh. Yeah.
That's exciting. Thank gosh.
What
so
other
we have
updates?
current faves.
Yeah. You want to hit it?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I like kind of. I remember. Spanx. Anything fucking Spanx. Like.
Mood.
I have been wearing so much Spanx. Like, because we went to that event and they gave us a ton of awesome things.
Yes.
I am obsessed. Like,
Did
where
you
do
get
I
that
even start?
box? Did you get
Yes,
that box?
I got the
The
box.
box. The box.
Oh
the
my
box.
gosh. I wore like these amazing biker shorts from them. They just suck you in. They just everything.
They are
of
so
Spanx.
good. Yeah.
So good.
That lounge set with like the cow
Oh,
neck.
I wore
I've
that
been
on the
wearing,
plane.
Me too.
Such a good travel fit.
Obsessed. Obsessed.
So good. Spanx has everything. So literally my favorite is just anything Spanx. Last night, the event we had, I had like underwear lines under my jumpsuit. So I wore like my Spanx shorts and like it just tucked you in. It looked so good. I have a Spanx bodysuit that I wore on my hike tucked into the biker shorts, like this underwear. They have this underwear that like is designed so it doesn't move. You know, she was telling us like under your pants because you know sometimes it's like, oh, it feels a little
and you fix the underwear line.
Yeah,
and like,
but it like stays put. I'm just very impressed with Spanx lately. They're doing some really cool technology. My mom got a pair of Spanx that she showed me that are like they suck you in, but they don't have that same material on the butt cheek, so it makes your butt still look good because sometimes it flattens your butt.
Yeah.
I was just amazed with their technology.
No, they have amazing stuff. I got actually a bra from them. Remember when we were picking out the stuff? I have pretty big boobs. I feel like it's like hidden sometimes, and then people will be like, "Damn, like here they are." Damn,
hello.
Yeah, like here they are. But
God
I do.
Bless this chest.
God bless this chest. Was that in Cabo? We started saying that.
Joke, yeah.
We started saying because I was like, oh, like my boobs or whatever, and then I was like, well, God bless. Anyways, yeah, I'm like a 34 double D, not to flex, but
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're big, like whatever. So I have to figure out how to finesse that. And I tried on one of their bra, or I saw the bra at the like spring event that we went to, like where it was basically like looking through the racks of clothes, and like we basically shopped and they like shipped us everything. It was amazing.
So cool.
Love them. And I tried on, I forget what it's called, but it's like just one of their bras, and I just got it true to size. Literally amazing. Like I just have to say. So now I suggest the bras. Yeah,
so good. They have such good stuff. What is your favorite? Is that your favorite? That
No.
would have been crazy.
No.
Spanx Day.
Close, but no cigar. No, mine is new show We Crashed on Apple TV. Have you heard about this?
Is it about WeWork?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
So it's about Anne Hathaway's in it.
Oh, I must watch.
Yeah, you
all
would really
these,
like it.
Women entrepreneur shows.
Literally. And the event that we were at last night, when like he got up there and like gave a speech, I was like, it's giving WeWork. Like
really?
It was,
yeah,
because he got up there and he was like, we've been building, like he didn't make like the company that we went to, it just because all of the startups, like, you know, startup culture, whatever. Startup culture. Not that I would know. Not that I would know. I just know from like watching these shows. I'm like, I know everything now. It is about, I guess, kind of like they say that it's about like the love story behind WeWork, because it's about the couple.
Oh.
So it was like one guy that founded it, and like they kind of show a little bit. I never watched the documentary. Apparently there's a really good documentary.
On Netflix, right?
I think, or maybe Hulu.
One of those. My gosh.
Yeah. Well, this is on Apple TV, which I like go on and off of like paying for it because morning shows on it.
Yeah, and Ted Lasso's on it too. I know you haven't.
Yeah,
watched it,
I watched a little bit of Ted Lasso when I had COVID. But I really like this show, and it's like a good one. It's a good boyfriend watch, I think. Like I'm watching it with him, so
yeah,
it's been good.
That's good to know. We're like watching The Dropout still. We've only watched one episode because we. Like,
oh yeah, that's like an every week for us. Like we're like, ooh, it's out, you know.
Oh yeah.
But it's only 2 more episodes. It's on. I think it's only 8, and 6 is already out. So it's pretty short.
Cool. So
yeah.
we have something to look forward to though. I started Bridgerton season 2 as well.
How is it? I didn't start that.
I'm not loving it yet, but I didn't love the first one either until like the second episode. So I've only watched one episode.
Heard mixed reviews.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just sad because you know you want to see the love story from season 1, and it's just like about
but it's a
one
totally
of the
different
other sisters.
love story.
Yeah,
yeah.
So Daphne's in it, but not Jean Roger.
Yeah, the main guy.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's okay.
Damn.
It'll get better, I think, because I saw people's stories like it gets better.
Yeah, I heard that it's not as like how do I say
sexual?
Sex? Yeah, sex heavy.
Sexy.
Sex heavy. And I know a lot of people really like that. Yeah. A lot of people really like that. I mean, I love. Damn.
I know.
It was really well done. It was like a romance novel, but like in show form. Like it was so, because like there was actually the love story behind it, and not just. That's what I like to see in my romancy stuff. That's why I like movies. It's kind of just like sex scene, but that's why TV show sex scenes I feel like are so much better, because you get this whole context of the story behind it, and it's a build up, right?
Oh, good point. Yep.
Like movies, like it's like an hour in and you're like, damn, like they're already hooking up, and it's like, you know.
True, but this allows you to like really build up.
Yeah,
the, like,
and they show you
sexual
like they'll give you a
tension.
little preview.
Yeah.
They'll do a little like light touch, and then it like slowly escalates
Hand
to, like,
on the thigh.
like the episode 6.
Oh, episode 5 and 6.
Yeah. Was that, when was like the big one that everyone like
it was
talked
5
about?
and 6. I don't remember which one was which.
Anyways, amazing content. If you're looking
just,
for,
like, looked at us and was like, ah. I wonder
Really?
if she listens to us.
Yeah, we've gotten some onlookers recently who like will look in and they'll be like, "What's going on?"
No, she
in
was
there?"
literally
Yeah.
like,
"Oh wow,
oh my God, we should like come on in.
Yeah,
Be on
we're
the
live.
pod. If that was you, say hi.
yeah, please do. Please always say hi when you see us in person and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know we
Defo.
always want to say hi to you.
We want to say hi to you.
We
We
do.
love you.
We love you, New York.
I didn't meet any subscribers in Arizona, but apparently a lot of you live there, which is cool.
Oh,
I
you
did
got a lot
not
of
know
messages?
that. So many. I had no clue.
I got a lot of people. Come to Charlotte. Come whatever.
Yeah, I always dial up and they're like, yeah, come to whatever. And it's like, that is 4 hours
I
away.
know. I'm like, I barely have enough time to get through everything here. Like, we didn't even
Yeah.
do everything that we wanted to do, you
I
know?
know. It's so tough. Just trying to hit all the spots.
Yeah. We did have good, like, dinner reservations, though. We have in a group that, like, plans the dinner reservations in
Did you
advance.
just nut over that? Did
I-
you plan your food beforehand? Would you look at the menu?
I lightly planned. One place was, like, a tapas place, so not really, because it was, like, we have to, like,
Well,
figure out, like, the
share.
shareables. Then we went to one that I kind of planned, but went a little bit off menu. No, off
Off
menu,
the
off
grid.
plan, I guess I should
I
say.
love
On
it.
menu, off plan. Yeah, you got to get your reservations in order. That was another trip that I'm so thankful that I wasn't the planner. I just showed up. It was
Oh,
great.
really?
Yeah.
That's hype.
It was light. It was.
Who was the planner? Or were there a few?
It was a tag team effort between, three actually. There was like my big three.
Sun, moon, rising.
I feel like Hannah took on a lot of it. She does a great job.
Oh, I could see that, yeah.
Jacqueline and Alyssa. So it was
That's
like the
nice.
three.
Wow, that's clutch. I think I'm the planner in all my friend groups.
Damn. Do you like make the full itinerary? Like when your friends come, you made like all the dinner reservations, like everything?
Oh, my itinerary for this weekend, they are so impressed. Like, it is a full-blown, like I'm showing Brooke right now. We are doing dinner, like, and keep in mind, these girls, like, some of them have never been to New York.
No,
So we're
I
going
think
to,
it's
like,
good.
Little Italy and, like, Times Square and that vibe. But, yeah, we have it, like, down to a
Wow.
T
Oh
here.
my gosh.
Yeah, take a look at that. I'm pretty proud of this
Fun.
itinerary.
No, that's
I'm
good.
trying to take them to, like, all different areas, and, like, we have to do bottomless at Poco. It's so fun.
Oh wow.
We're doing that and then going to Comedy Cellar right
Oh,
after.
so smart.
So
really
we'll be like,
creative.
I've never really gone to Comedy Cellar like pretty drunk, so we'll see how it goes.
It's fun. It's fun. Well,
I've gotten drunk at Comedy
I was gonna say
Cellar.
I've gotten drunk at the Comedy Cellar, but I've been trying to go and it's been full. You're right.
It's- oh my
It's
god,
booked and busy.
We
Yeah.
should just start booking out. So then we like, if it's like a given weekend you want to go, you have reservation, because otherwise like it's impossible.
Yeah, maybe we should.
So
I'm
crazy.
not really here like the weekends coming up as well. I was like
Oh, no,
looking
I'm so
ahead.
stressed.
Yeah, I'm going to Miami this weekend.
Oh, I'm
Surprise,
so
surprise.
jealous. You're gonna have
Yes,
so much
I'm
fun.
very excited. Thank you. First trip with my boyfriend, so we'll see how that goes. I'm kidding. It's gonna be great, but you learn a lot about someone when you travel with them.
Yeah, the first trip I did with my boyfriend was a brand trip actually. So this will be a good
Oh.
soft launch into taking trips together.
It'll be chill, like really just enjoying the warm weather. I don't think we're not like I made us dinner reservations, but it's not gonna be like
Just lay by the pool.
it's
Chicken
that
tenders to the pool.
sort of energy.
That'll
Yes,
be so nice. I'm so excited.
And then next weekend I go home, and then the weekend after is my birthday.
Are you going home?
Yes. Well, actually, I'm gonna go to my brother's lacrosse game as well.
Aw,
I know, because I still haven't been.
supportive sis.
Yeah, he said, I love you, Sally. He definitely isn't listening to this, but he said something to my mom. He's like, I feel like 4 years are going to go by and Brooke's not going to go to any of my lacrosse games. And I was like, I'm going.
Yeah.
Like this year. Last year, he couldn't have fans.
Oh my god.
They made it. That was the rule.
That's so sad. Yeah.
So this year, I was like, no, I will definitely be making. It's also not like crazy far from New York. So like, it's just, I just had to put it in my calendar.
I just had a really sad realization. So my brother, I didn't even tell you guys this. He isn't doing soccer anymore. He retired, is what he's saying. And I never went to one of his games.
A lot of it was
That's
in
so
COVID
sad.
too, though, right?
Yeah, no, a lot of it was, and he would like, he just didn't play a lot. It was this whole thing, and he realized he doesn't want to do it post grad, and he like wasn't doing well in school, so now he's really focusing on the business school, everything. But yeah, I just realized that that's okay.
I'm sorry, buddy.
No, it's okay.
It's all right. I mean,
It's okay. I didn't mean to yuck your yums.
no,
Sorry.
don't. You're 100%
I just
not.
like
That
realized
was-
that as I was listening. But that's so awesome. You're gonna have so much fun.
This
Go
is like
Sal.
weeks in advance. Like I'm just giving
Yeah.
you as the rundown of my schedule.
know.
No one cares for. But
April is a crazy month for travel.
yeah,
My
for both of
only
us.
weekend I'm here is for your birthday in April.
That'll be so.
Oh,
fun.
and I guess this weekend.
A lot of us will drop anything to go help someone we care about. We'll go out of our way to treat other people well. But how often do we truly give ourselves that same treatment? I like to invest in myself a little bit with some, good self-care. I'll do some skincare or whatever. But also something that I like to do is therapy. And BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist so that you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. I know a lot of you guys listening, maybe you live in like a dorm room or an apartment and you share a wall with someone. You could actually just like live chat with your therapist. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you could be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Give it a try and see why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp online therapy. So this podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Gals on the Go listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/gals. That's BetterHelp.com/gals.
Whew. All right. So for this week's episode, we're gonna talk about a couple different topics. We did some crowdsourcing for this. We wanted to see what you guys wanted to hear. I'm dropping my phone everywhere.
What you wanted to hear on the episode. Follow our Instagram at Gals on the Go podcast. If you don't follow our individuals, some people don't. And I know some people follow only one of us, and I'll call you out right here. I'll say it. Come on, guys.
Follow both of us. I'm so tired of getting the comments. Brooke looks so good here. Go follow her.
I saw that
yesterday, which is so kind, but it's like, go so follow her and comment that on her photo. I'm like, tell me I look good.
No, I feel that way when people
Tell Danielle she looks great. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's so silly.
I know that it's coming from a fantastic. I would much rather that message than you look bad. So.
Oh yeah, tell Brooke she looks shitty. Like,
tell Brooke to wear her hair like this less often or something. Like, I would much rather prefer the positive ones. But yeah, we asked you guys just to give us some like things you want to hear about. I feel like it's always good to do like a little check-in, like where are you at? And I think we have some good topics here.
Defo. I like it.
I have one that I really want to start off with because we talked about maybe even doing a whole episode kind of on like trust and like building trust in friendships and stuff, because it's definitely something that we could talk about. Have you ever been like really like burned by like a bad friendship or anything? Or maybe not like it broke up and it ended, but maybe like, you told someone something and it got back around, or I don't know.
Yes, probably. Nothing's like striking to me like in this instant, but like, yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. You?
Yeah. I can't think of anything really.
Oh, I can think of one for you. Boston Days.
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course. I mean, well, yeah, no, I definitely had. Yeah.
Like when people have ulterior motives.
And 100%.
I've definitely had that happen where it wasn't like this big blow up, but I realized someone was just my friend for clout, even though I have no clout. But like, or like the benefits, or like they just like they get a lot out of you, but you like don't get anything in return from the friendship, which is really hard. I'm trying to like figure that out right now. I literally went to therapy last week about it. I was like, I feel like I'm trying to make everyone happy, make sure everyone's friends, and she's like, but like, are they reaching out to you about it? No. Like, just freaking do what my therapist did not say frickin'. She's like, just do like what feels best for you, and like surround yourself with who you want to be around, and like they'll reach out to you. Like, there's only so much reaching out you could do to somebody.
Totally. And I've definitely had those friendships where it's all like they're just like constantly sharing, and like you're like, you haven't asked me one question about myself. Like, it needs to go both ways.
It is so crazy. I had some friends that we went from middle school to high school together, and we're like acquaintances now, but we were like she was gonna be my bridesmaid. Like, we were like best friends, and it's just so sad like how like we knew so much about each other, and then like personalities just changed too. But I guess she didn't do anything to me, so I don't know, maybe I can't relate too much to this exact question.
No, and it doesn't even need to be in a crazy like friendship like breakup sort of way. I think it's more so just if you've had a bad experience with friends in the past. I know a lot of people, they're like, I had really bad experience with like girl friendships, and it's tough to make like I feel like we get a lot of those type of messages.
Definitely.
And I know that we can't necessarily relate because we're like more like, not to be annoying, but we're like girls for sure.
Yeah, we have
I've always been like, I don't have like guy friends. Yeah. Like, I straight up don't, you know what I mean? Like, I have my boyfriend now, but like that's it, and my brother, but like those are like the sources where I get like my male information from, like girls are my like life, Definitely. So learning to be the question was basically like, how do I learn to trust friends again after being burned?
It's hard, especially excuse me, some bubbly water. Got that LaCroix. I feel like a lot of times it has to do with a guy. like you were besties and then you both liked the same guy.
Yeah, or she just told someone like, oh my god, like she likes this guy, or you know, that was like a lot of like college stuff. It was like, you know, yeah, like, oh, she you know, my friend hooked up with the guy that I told her I liked or something, you know.
And it's so hard, and it's hard because post grad you're like, okay, I had really terrible experiences in college, like,
and you want to move on and whatever, but you still want to, you know, it's hard, like kind of learning to let your guard down, but I feel like that's kind of the way it is. But also I don't think you need to create extreme vulnerability like right away in friendships, and that's my thing. Like there's a difference between putting yourself out there and like opening yourself up to friendship and like literally once again like telling everyone your deepest darkest secrets right away. Like you do not need to do that, and I feel like that's learning to pace that out. And you have a lot of new friends. I mean, like, how are you, you know, like I feel like you don't just jump right, not that you even have things that are like whatever, but you don't, you know, like learning.
No, definitely you have to like figure out how to trust them. I think like I feel like we're both very like vibes people. Like if you can kind of get the vibes of like someone's intentions just because we've met so many people now. I've been here for 6-7 months, I don't even know, and I'm finally just starting to like make some newer friends, but I've met with them many times throughout the year, and it's finally starting to like foster. But some didn't. Like we both like go to coffee with people and like see, and like sometimes you click, sometimes it's like, okay, I'm glad we met, but like we probably won't be besties. Yeah. So for me, I'm just like a super, if I feel comfortable, and like depending on how much they share, if they're starting to share a little bit more, I'm like, okay, so we're on that vibe, or like we're talking TMI, okay, like I'll match your energy. I'll go there too. Just kind of matching their energy, not going above, not going below, just kind of like saying, then you're like, okay, we're like rising together, okay, like wow, we're like talking when we're not together, like okay, whoa, like this is happening.
I see it like that too, like definitely in a scale thing. I feel like it's really hard. A lot of people move to a new city and they're like, I need to make a bestie right away, and it's almost like it's like filling a placeholder in your life, you know what I mean? Like where you just, your friends out of like convenience almost. I think this happens a lot with friendships, you know, where you are two people who, it happened to me like honestly when I was in Boston. Like I realized that I was making these friendships so fast because we all moved to a new city. We all didn't have friends, you know what I mean? And it's all well and good, but that doesn't mean that you just skip 10 levels. Like think so about your like true relationships. Of course there are things that can happen fast. And, you know, you could be like, you know, this person became my best friend in a month, whatever, but likely it takes a lot of time to forge that and like going in the proper order. So I recommend that.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. I also like to ask people, or like figure out, I don't just ask point blank, but like try to figure out how their friendships have been in the past. Like when I meet people and they're like, oh, we're not friends anymore, I'm like, ooh, like it's a bit of a red flag to me. I mean, everyone like is not friends with everybody, but if every person they refer to, oh, like we used to be friends but we're not, that's like ding ding ding, are we gonna not be friends soon?
Yeah, we had a major falling out. Oh my god, she sucks, she's the worst. Like how they talk about even their friends or whatever.
It's like, is it on you then?
Yeah,
like it's just a little scary.
Also just gossipy in general. Like I'm not gonna like sit here and be like, I don't gossip, like I'm not perfect, you know, but if they literally have like something, like they're talking shit about every single person in their life, like you're next, you know.
Yeah,
like,
they're talking about you too.
Yeah,
I've always thought this way. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like,
yeah, I
think it's just really important, like especially when you're first starting to get to know someone, like be careful about what you're saying and what you're like. I feel like if you're really comfortable with someone, like there's a difference between gossip and like you're just like needing to get something off of your chest.
Totally.
So I think like figuring out that difference, figuring out what their energy is.
Yeah. And I think you do just have to, like, if you're like, I don't know how to trust people, whatever, like, I mean, of course can't recommend therapy and that stuff enough in terms of rebuilding that sort of thing if you've like really been burned or whatever, but it is like you gotta just kind of jump right in, but also keep your guard up a little bit. I think there's a healthy level of keeping your guard up, especially in new friendships. Like we said, a lot of them don't pan out, and that's more than okay. Like it's kind of like dating relationships. Like you might go on a date with someone and get married to them, or you might, you know, not. And like you might, you know, some people might be like, you see them a few times here and there, and like you see where it goes, you're open to it, whatever. And some people might be like, hey, I really like you, I want to keep seeing you, and like it has to be met on both sides. So it kind of is like that. So I think a healthy level of
just match their energy,
be healthy. That's a really good way. I like that, because you know when people go too deep like really quick, it can be scary for the other person too, I think. Like you could be like, wow, you know, if you're telling someone like, oh my god, you're my best friend, you're this, like after knowing them for so short, like it could be alarming to the other person sometimes. Like, oh wow, you know, I don't know if I'm there yet. Yeah. It's kind of like dating. Like, it is, it kind of is.
Yeah. So I feel like if you like feel like you're both on the same level, that's when you know like you're locked in and you just kind of get each other. You don't feel like you have to explain yourself. I think it's really nice. Like you're around people and you're like, I can be 100% myself. I don't feel like I have to prove something to them. That's like the best kind of friends.
Totally. So good luck out there.
Good
mean,
luck.
a lot of questions about friendship and like themes of kind of all of that.
There's another one that says big versus small friend groups.
Yeah, some people ask like the difference between like which do we prefer? What do you think? So what do you think?
In college, it was so fun to have like a group of 10 girls, and like that's what that's who you were with and stuff like that. And I definitely miss that sometimes, but also it's hard to just like move to a new city and foster something like that. So I think like you always say like quality over quantity, like just surrounding yourself with people who you really enjoy yourself. And I'm learning there are a lot of friendships I'm gonna have that are like not one-offs, but like me and that person are just gonna connect because they have other friends and I have other friends, but we'll do stuff together. Or like me and Brooke, obviously we're thankful we do have a lot of mutual friends, which is really fun. But I think it's just quality over quantity.
Yeah.
And like you might not have that group chat. Like I feel like in New York I'm in like a few different group chats of like our friends that are influencers or like my friends that went to Georgia and stuff, but it's not like this constant thing. It's like kind of depends on like what the mood is. Like in New York, everyone's so busy. Everyone's doing different things, especially post grad. I'm learning. I was listening to Peyton Sargent's podcast about like
great podcast, yeah.
navigating friendship post grad, and it made me have a little bit more grace for some of my friends because like obviously everyone's so busy, and like I take things to offense because I feel like I'm trying so hard. I'm like they have a job post grad and they're trying to figure out their schedule, and like
maybe they're in a new city too, like the long distance friendship of it all. I used to do like I'd get annoyed if like I had like a phone date with someone and they kind of like blew me off, or they're like, nope, I can't anymore. I'd be like, I'm prioritizing this. Like, how could you not? It's like, let's have a little more grace. Like things come up, we're trying our best. Yeah.
There's just like a lot more like you're trying to make money to pay your rent, and your mental health is important, and you want to work out, and especially if like some of our friends work 9 to 5, like they only have so much time.
Yeah, they only have so much time. It's also hard. I mean, I definitely dealt with this a lot, like the self-comparison of it all. Like it's hard to be friends with people that are in a little bit of a different place in their life, whether you deem that as like they're doing better than you or they're doing not as good. Maybe they're struggling, like in terms of like maybe talking to
Mr.
them
Struggle.
puts you Mr. Struggle. Literally, but like those people that you talk to that that it's kind of going to be like you listening, and they might not put you in like the best mood, which I know that sounds bad, but maybe in this particular like circumstance, like everyone has their periods of life where they go through like Mr. Struggle. So I'm learning to have more grace for people and like to be just a little more understanding in those circumstances.
Yeah, and knowing when it's important to show up. Like Peyton, I keep referring to her, but her like one of her best friend's wedding was the weekend of Coachella, and she was really stressed because Coachella is a really lucrative weekend for her in specific. She knows she usually gets lots of brain news that weekend. She was like, no, like I'm going to my best friend's wedding. Her best friend's wedding ended up getting moved, I think, so she could go to Coachella. But just like knowing when it's like, okay, no, I need to be there.
I completely agree. That's even with like my friend, these trips and whatever with my friends, like, I totally look forward to it. But some of my friends are like, listen, like it's expensive to like go to these things. It doesn't like come easy to me, but like this is like my investment in my friend, so
good for the soul.
Yeah, it's fueling and whatever. So anyways, back to big and small friend groups. I mean, honest answer is like, is friend groups even the answer anymore? Like some people, it's really just like really small or whatever. I guess my group is small in New York. The one, like we have many groups, I would say. Same.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like, but then I would say like my main one that I've been like hanging out with, which comprises of like a few people from school, a few of their friends, whatever. Honestly, this is like so a realization I'm having. Like I want to be friends with like the people that I want to allow into my life and like closely hang out with and like get brunch with, but also go out with, but also like, go on vacation with. I want them to really know me. Like I want them to know that I have a brother, that like how close I am with my brother, about my parents, about my family, about, where I grew up. Like how often is it that I did this in college all the time. I would get like so like deep what I thought into a friendship with someone and be like, you have a sister? It's like,
and you're like, oh my God, I know nothing. That's a really great point to make in your head.
Like kind of mindset. And once again, this takes time. This is not an overnight process. Like it's not that you immediately jump in and you're like, okay, whatever. Like that's a slow growth thing. And it could feel like you want that to be in place like right away, but you have to have a little patience with that, I think. But I'm definitely team small because I would rather, the quality over the quantity. I don't need to have a friend just to say I have another friend, and that's a realization I'm having.
Yeah, no. Like if you don't click with them, why like foster that
Yeah.
relationship. Like literally no need.
I would rather like water one of my other plants that I already have growing than, you know, take my time to completely like plant a new seed. And that's maybe a new mindset that I have. Like the less is more thing. I mean, I know some people who really legitimately have like friends that they can count on one hand. I think we both have like a lot more than that, but I'm definitely team like investing in like what I already have.
Yeah, I would completely agree with all that. Like, I definitely just have a small group of people. Well, like a small-ish group of people that like I really feel that way in New York City, and it was like stressing me out at first. And then I was like, okay, like I'm starting to feel full. Like a couple new people in my life, fostering those friendships, like making sure like to put in the time because they make me feel valued, they make me feel important, and like staying friends with the people that also make me feel important. I think that's like the most important part. I guess the only thing that I would be like team big friend group, and I wish I had a big friend group, is like going out.
Yeah, definitely.
That's been the hardest thing for me. It's like, oh, it's Friday. Like Ryan would be like, bring your girlfriends. I'm like, well, this person, but she doesn't know that person. And it would just be awkward. So that's the only thing. But like, if that's my problem, let it be that. Like on the weekdays or brunch, I've got like those friends you can actually talk to. It's those like in college when you would have like 10 girlfriends, like, let's go to this person's pregame. You don't really know these girls. Yeah. But it's just like, we need a group, you know?
I'm kind of in that place too. Yeah, my boyfriend's definitely down that bring your girlfriends. And I'm like, okay, I can rally up like 2 or 3 of them. And it's not, but then again, those are 2 or 3 people that I genuinely like really care about. And it's not just like these passive people that I'm like, I guess I can text her to come, you know? And
like, it shouldn't matter. And like, no. And like Ryan or like his guy friends literally don't care. They're not like, oh my gosh, we're not bringing girls. Like, they don't even care. I put it on myself. I'm like, sorry, I don't have like a posse with me. Like I did. Yeah. That's such a bad word to say, posse, but like, you know, like it's just different. Like you should just be comfortable and your own. And the thing is, like on the weekends, I want to hang out with Ryan. Like or like with those girls. I don't need it to be this whole big thing. Like I don't know,
just to have like the bar, the group at the bar or whatever it is. Yeah. But New York is also such a place. Like a lot more questions about meeting friends and stuff. I find that like once you make, and this might be like it sounds so easy advice, but once you make 1 friend or 2 friends in New York, I've found it's not even like with the influencer stuff involved, just like being a person who lives in New York. Once you have 1 friend, 2 friends, it's pretty easy to find more because New York is the type of place where it's like, bring your friends. You know?
We've introduced some of our friends, like some of our influencer friends that didn't know each other. Now they're friends.
Exactly. But or
so
it's
many
like
mutuals.
It will be like a pregame and it will be like, bring whoever. Like that's how it is whenever we throw stuff, you know, there's no set invite list. It's like, okay, like, hey, like he will bring his friends, like she'll bring her friends. I set up one of my friends that way, like literally by going to Katie's pregame.
Yeah, that's so true.
You know?
Yeah, no.
So I think that you have to, like unintentionally, of course, but that's how you're meeting people in New York, at least I would say. So just make 1 friend, focus on that stuff, you know, find 1 or 2 people and then you'll go through there.
Definitely. How to be single when it seems like everyone has a significant other. Yeah. Watch the movie How to Be Single. It's actually
I've never watched it.
Oh my God. It's so good. So many actresses are in it. It's so good. It's based in New York City too. It starts with Welcome to New York by Taylor Swift. So I just like love it.
How have I never seen that?
It's just so empowering, and it kind of just says all the things about how like once you're loving yourself, that's when it comes, blah, blah, blah. But it's so true. And also I would get some single friends when it feels like maybe like if all of your friends.
Oh, you need to. No, I've been that person in college and it was tough. Like, you know, I'd be like, can someone come, like, can we please get someone to go out with? And you know, all my friends, and now I understand it, like why it was more of a challenge. But I was always the single one in college. I definitely made more single friends. I honestly had to stop comparing myself because otherwise I would just like always be sad. I know it's easy to look up to that and whatever. Danielle and I have especially learned lately, guys, social media is not everything when it comes to relationships. Like
no. You think.
Talked to a lot of people recently where it is deceiving. You might see this perfect couple on the internet, or even your friends that are posting, you know, like gorgeous photos from formal or whatever. You don't know that they were fighting or that the guy was like so drunk throwing up that he was a terrible date. Like, you know, it's easy to gloss over this stuff.
I think Hannah Berner just said this on Morning Toast yesterday or the other day. She said, the more paragraphs in the caption, the worse and worse the relationship is.
Yeah.
It's like, I love you, baby. You're the best thing in the world to me. We've had our ups and downs. Like,
Yep.
love you forever. They've been dating for like 2 months. You're like, this is not lasting. Like
that's an overcompensation for something.
Yeah. And not to say that's the case for everybody, but I've noticed that with just friends I've had when they're like super mushy, posting make out photos. Oh my God. I just remembered my other dream I had. Sorry, I just touched you.
And was I in it? Is that why? Oh God.
I had a dream. I meant to text you. I had a dream that you posted a kissing photo with your boyfriend.
My God.
Like a selfie of you guys kissing. And if you guys know, we like talked about it in a podcast episode.
Wait, that's so funny because me and my friends and I, parallel lives, we were having like a full deep dive on one of my friends was, well, not even one of my friends. All my friends, we were kind of talking about like there are like exes basically.
Yeah.
And like old photos or whatever. And some people, they saw photos of like their current boyfriends with their exes and they were like these crazy like make out photos and they were like my friends were kind of collectively like all team like no kissing really, like a few of people were like I've taken it whatever, you know, but for the most part we're like not really. But you look back and like they were like that's so crazy that like who initiated this, who asks, like everyone had the same questions. They're like who's behind the camera, who said we should take this photo in this pose, who like it's just
naturally kiss, like
it prompts a lot of questions.
I know. I love a kissing cheek photo. Like I will do that. I'm here for that. But that was just a funny dream.
That's very funny that you had that dream. Anyways, so how to be single? I think you got it. And the self comparison like needs to stop. Like if you're comparing yourself, and I did that all the time. You know what I mean? I always thought like, oh, I'd be so much happier if I was like in a relationship, whatever. You know, if I this, I'll be happier. And it's, I don't know. I think you need to, get yourself a good group of single friends, and friends that match your energy. Like if you're not one of these people that wants to go out and club every night, like your single friends don't need to do that. And you don't need to do that. Like just getting in a flow of like what you want to do, not what you feel like you should do because you're single. Yeah.
It's just like let's say you have a really close friend that has a boyfriend, like, yes, you're really close, but it would be good to maybe foster another relationship that I've said foster so many times that they're single and you know that like on the nights that they're like with their boyfriend and stuff, you have someone else, but you don't have to, but it's just something to like look into because then you can have different friends for different things.
I completely agree.
And it doesn't need to be going out. It could literally just be like, I want someone to come over and watch like a rom-com with me. And like, they might be hanging out with their boyfriend at night, which happens. So
exactly. It's like a time thing too. Like generally, like when I was single, honestly, I had a lot more time. I had a ton more time. So I was able to do these things and, grab a friend, go to a workout class or like, host a girls' night, stuff like that. That is still important to do, of course, when you're in a relationship, but I think you got to do that. Yeah. And I mean, I hate to be like, work on yourself, but I will say the thing that I don't have as much of right now, again, and that's because my boyfriend and I spend a lot of time together, which I really, really adore and I really enjoy it. And I'm really thankful, but I don't have as much time for me time. So I would say take advantage of that, those pockets of time that,
travel, like just do all the things,
do
like
those
study
sort
abroad.
Of things. Be selfish. Like literally that's your time to be selfish, is to be like, what do I want for dinner? Oh, I don't have to worry about somebody else and like what we want for dinner. I can make whatever I want.
It's so true.
Or order whatever you want. Like the world is literally your oyster, however you choose to make that.
It's so true. And I always say this, but like, let's say all of your friends have boyfriends. Well, it's not like you want to date any of those guys. And there's not like there's someone you have a crush on.
That was literally me in college. That was my thing. I was like, there's no one here for me. Like I got to a point like junior, senior year. I was like, okay, like there's no one here.
You're like, well, I'll just have fun then.
Exactly.
It'll come when it comes.
And then when it comes, it's really great. So I think that once you put less pressure on it, and that's not to say don't go on dates, whatever. I actually think it's really, really great to be doing those things. And I see a lot of these people that are like, you should be going on, if I were single, I would be going on 3 to 4 dates a week. It's like, okay, like let's just take it one step at a time. You're like, that doesn't need to be no. Yeah, I think that you could take it at your own pace or whatever. But I do think it's important to be doing those things or putting yourself out there, however that means. Yeah. My mom always says, like, put yourself out there. And it's true. Like, if you have a friend that's dating someone new, like you could be like, oh my God, we should go out with his friends. I think that that's the perfect time to insert yourself. Be a little risky.
Definitely. Absolutely. Love that.
Yeah. I feel like we have like decent advice. We've both been like decently single for like larger periods of time. So I hope that we have good advice.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I say stuff that I wanted to hear when I was single. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah. I definitely miss the time elements, I will say. I don't know if you feel that way. You guys are definitely have a lot more of like a flow with like space and balance and stuff.
I think it's just different. Like we started dating in college And any moment I could, I would want to spend it with him because we also lived in different states, and I knew like, oh, we're not gonna be together for 2 weeks because we're both gonna be on winter break. Like, let's hang out. But also, like, I don't know, we just have different personalities. Like, I feel like him and I just like, we like value our time together, then we like to have our time separately. We're just like, we're both two Virgos that can't sit very long, so we're not ones to like. But I don't know, I just think it's different. We're also been dating for 3 years, and it's so nice because I used to get so anxious. Like, if I wasn't with him, I'd be like, oh my gosh, like, I feel like I should be spending time with him. Like, we're not going to see each other next week or whatever. And now it's like, I was about to go to Arizona. We hung out that night. Yeah, we went and got ramen, but it was like easy to say goodbye to him. I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm going to miss you so much. But it's also because I know like we're in such a good place in our relationship where I feel so secure that I feel so good. Sorry, I just like,
no, I think it's the secure thing too. And I feel like it takes time to develop that. Like, I feel secure, but it's still so new. Like, how could I really, like, I never stress or worry or anything. It's more so just,
you're in the honeymoon phase. You're loving your time with them.
That's
like,
more so it.
Yeah. You're like, you're hungry for it. That sounds so weird, but it's just like so exciting. It's euphoric. It's amazing. And I think it's definitely fun to enjoy that. So, I mean,
ride it out.
But the time thing, it's not easy all the time because I find some of my friends that work like 9 to 5s on the weekdays, they like will text me like, let's do something this weekend. And I like to do, like, Ryan and I really just do things on the weekends.
Gotcha.
We do things like once or twice a week. So that's hard with the timing.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it. Like, when we have friends, like, let's do dinner. We're like, oh, but at night we get to see our boyfriends.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
and it's not every night, but like.
No, but when they're working, that makes sense. You're like, oh, I was planning on making dinner with Ryan tonight, or like, we were planning on, we had a date night plan, whatever. So speaking of which, I wanted to ask you this one, I feel like we've talked about this before, how to spice things up in a long-term relationship, but I was wondering, since you guys had 3 years, if you had any more words on that.
Ryan actually did something very sweet this weekend. I was telling you.
Oh,
And
flex.
He's gotten me flowers before. He's not like I wish he gave me flowers more, but like, who doesn't? Like, everyone loves flowers. He gives me flowers for the times you need, like your birthday, anniversary, whatever. But then I'll compare myself, like, oh my God, this girl's boyfriend gets her flowers every weekend, like, you just compare yourself. Anyways, it's all different. This weekend, or yesterday, I came home from Arizona. I was like so tired. I'm like wobbling in my apartment, about to go in my room, and I see these beautiful yellow tulips just in a vase on my table. And I was like, that's so cute. And it gives you the butterflies,
so
yeah. He didn't tell me. He wanted to be a surprise.
I love a surprise.
So I thought that was really sweet. That's something he did on his end. But I think just like those little things are like, still, I've said this. Yeah, we definitely talked about this. I said this before, but like planning dates, like, let's go on a date. Like, you plan it, or like I plan it. Like, I'll say like, it'll be Ryan's night to plan. I think that's something that's really, really fun, and just doing new adventures together. And also, one realization I had on the retreat is there's some questions that I want to ask him that I've always been so curious about. And I'm like, it's weird to ask, but I'm like, no, I'm just going to ask him. Like, I want to ask him if he's ever been jealous. Like, I don't know. There's just like these things that would spark conversation, not in like a weird, mad way. I'm just curious. Like, I think it's fun when your relationship, when you're 2 or 3 years, whatever, like, maybe there's some questions when you first started dating that you were like so scared to ask, or like felt awkward, that now it's like, let's like have new conversations and new, because we know so much about each other's lives, but there's certain things I'm like, like when we first started dating, what about this day, or what about that? Like, what went behind that date? Like, I don't know.
I really, really like that. That's a great piece of advice. Yeah, doing things. And I'm actually realizing this because you used to always say that you'd be like, plan date nights, whatever. And I would be like, what do you mean you don't plan dates? But I see it in a lot of like, I mean, I'm not really there yet. Like, we do a lot of like dinners and like activities and stuff like that. But that's because
go over there and just like hang out.
100%. And I could see how easy it is to fall into a type of relationship where it's just like their apartment, your apartment, their apartment, your apartment, like just like literally nights at home. And I feel like even if it is a night at home, like, whip out a new game, or like,
let's make a picnic and go to the park.
Yeah, you're good about doing like more creative date ideas. Yeah,
and I think that makes it fun.
I think articulating what's important to you is always nice. Like, it's hard sometimes. Like, I struggle, and I'll be like passive. I get very passive. I got very passive yesterday with the photos. It
happened.
I did.
No, but then you said how important it was to you.
Exactly. So I feel like just stressing, like being like, date nights are so important to me. Like, you being thoughtful means so much to me.
Oh yeah, and
like emphasizing that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Like when Ryan put those, I called him. I was like, "This means the world to me. Thank you so much."
Positive enforcement,
reinforcement. Because
reinforcement.
like,
yeah.
Okay, like she likes that. Like, I don't know.
You have to train the brain.
Train them. Like, good boy. You get a treat. Here, golden retriever.
Yeah.
Did you see the video I put on my story of Ryan with the balloons? He literally looks like a golden retriever.
I think I clicked past it.
Oh my God.
I was in the room
laughing.
with you. That was a real life lived experience.
Yeah. He like kept like hitting it with his head. He was just being
That's so funny.
So yeah, that's the best advice I have for that. I think planning dates and just like doing little surprises for each other. Like, I did his laundry for him yesterday. He didn't ask me to.
Oh, that's sweet.
Because I was like, that was so sweet that he got me the flowers. Not that I had to do anything back, but I was feeling it. And then he was like, wow, thank you. You folded my socks. You didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
But like, when you love someone, like, you care for them. So that's all I got on that.
I really, really like that. That's very, very sweet. I kind of also wanted to do this one. What to do like when you're bored with your life. And I've been in this, you know, when you feel like every day is just kind of rinse and repeat. Like I wake up, I go to work, I come home from work, I, you know, eat dinner, I watch a TV show, I go to bed. And it just could kind of feel like I've been in this, like, especially in, obviously COVID's still here, but like in deep quarantine, like I was just kind of like, what's the purpose of life? Like, and that sounds so dark, but it can get that way where you're like there's nothing exciting. There's nothing to look forward to. It's just like, is this what my purpose on earth is for? Is just to like do this?
No, definitely. I feel like a lot of our friends are going through that right now too. I feel like changing things up in your routine could be fun. You know, like obviously you have to wake up the same time and everything, but like maybe try doing morning workouts. See how that makes you feel. Maybe like boost those instead of like the night workouts, or adding like literally putting on eye patches in the morning, or like you said, looking forward to things. I think changing up your day, but while keeping it, you know, obviously you have a routine that you have to stick to.
Yeah, well, nothing changes if nothing changes, right?
Yeah,
like that's like
true.
the quote. So I think you have to make an effort to switch it up, or like I said, have things to look forward to. Like if you can, if maybe it's right now, like you're in a busy season of life. I have friends that are accountants and they're like, you know, I can't do anything right now, but like I look forward to in a month or two from now when I'm going to treat myself and like make this splurge purchase or whatever. So it gives you like kind of something, whatever. Eli Rallo, the jar, she always does like she's like little traditions. It will be like literally like buy your coffee out Friday. Like
she has the best ideas.
Such good like Chipotle Sunday, like having those little things to kind of look forward to. And I guess that is still like
taking
part of
a
routine,
shower at the gym instead of at home. Like, like the shower's the gym.
Kind of like romanticizing your life. We have a whole episode I think on romanticizing your life.
People make fun of it, but I'm so here for romanticizing your life, because the more you do it, the more romantic it gets.
Squid Row.
Oh my God. There was a disco ball at the retreat on the ceiling, and I wanted to take a little photo and be like at the retreat, but I just didn't.
That's very funny.
I just thought of that. But also like work happy hours, take advantage of those. I'm like so jealous. I've never been to a work happy hour. I know you used to go to them. That's so fun. Like making friends with coworkers. Getting dressed up. My friend Caitlin, she's an investment banker. She is a boss bitch. And some days she'll send a Snapchat. She'll be like, I decided to dress up today and I feel 10 times better at work, you know? Or like...
Yeah, waking up a little bit extra early to like have the Sydney Sweeney routine and do your makeup, whatever. But not actually, but literally doing it for you. Just being like, I wanted to feel pretty today. Like I wanted to do my thing up.
And then you might feel more inclined to go to that work happy hour, or like meet a friend for dinner after, or... whatever, just go home and then do the best skincare routine and paint your nails. Or like, but also I think just having exciting weekends ahead or having the best.
Just things to look forward to, whether that be travels or whatever. Having also like, I find for me like goal setting kind of helps with this. Like a lot of, whether it be like a financial goal or like a personal goal, like looking, you know, being like, I want to go to X many workout classes, because then when you like hit your goal, it's so satisfying. So I think kind of having just things to look forward to. But I get it, and it could be really I think that's something that in post grad is not talked about enough, because in college, at least our college experiences were pretty much always stimulating. There was always new things, there was always parties, there was always social events, and you know, different themed events
on Thursday night, Tuesday night, T-shirt Tuesday, like something every week.
And you were constantly having like these new exciting experiences, and it was like, you know, who knows what the next school year will bring. And then you get into like the routine of life and you're like, it's all the same. It's like you have to actively more so make an effort, I guess.
That's a really good point. It's a really good point.
I feel like all of these answers are like such like quote obvious answers, but sometimes the best advice is just like someone telling you the
reinforcement
obvious thing.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to re-emphasize things. So
I need to hear that too. Like I'm not that I feel like I'm in a rut, but I'm kind of in a I ebb and flow. I definitely am in a state right now where I'm kind of like, is my whole purpose just like posting these videos and this podcast? And I definitely feel like I like that is a part of my purpose, but you know, I would often wonder, like, is there something else? Like, what's next?
But wonder.
Yeah.
No, I'm the same way. I have weeks like that, and then like I'll talk to you, but you're not in that mood, and I'm like, oh, okay. So there's like then it'll like switch. Like I'm like feeling good, and you're not. Like whatever. Like sometimes you just get in these moods, and but if there's like a side hustle that you're dying to do, or there's a project that you've been wanting to work on, like just start it. Start somewhere.
Everyone
maybe
says
that'll bring you
joy.
Or like, I got off my grind, but I was going to like dance classes. I need to start doing that again. Like just stuff that brings you joy.
Yeah,
life's too short.
And similar to friendships, like if you don't put so much pressure on yourself that you have to stick to it too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess that contradicts setting goals, but you know, if you want to try a new workout class and you don't like it, like who cares? Like on to the next, you know? Or if you want to go out to a new bar and you don't like it 10 minutes into being there, like you can go home. You know, you don't need to put like this crazy pressure on yourself to be like,
try.
Yeah,
that's true. You can go home. I've done that before. I'm like, oh, this is not my jam. I'm going
home.
You
could be like, you know, I tried to make this night work, but honestly, I don't want to be here, you know, but just to say you tried it. I do think it's important. I feel like this is the time of life to like be doing those, no matter how old you are. Like, no, you know, life's not, things aren't, you're not getting any younger, I guess I will say. So if you've been thinking about anything or you're like, you know, because I'll do that too. I'll sit here and stress. I'll be like, oh my God, I'm getting older. But it's like, okay, let's do something then.
Yeah. Like, what are you going to do about it, huh? What are you going to do about it?
Yeah,
I bully myself. I'm like, come on, do something about it then.
Yeah. I have like 15 days left of like being 24. I'm like, okay, like let's live it up, you know?
Oh, okay. I love that. Oh, should we end on that note?
Yeah, on a positive.
Yeah. We love you guys so much. We care so much about you. And hopefully you got something out of this episode. We like to do these every now and then just to kind of check in and because I think you guys value our opinion. I don't really know. I mean, you listen every week.
I know.
Unless you hate listen, which I know there are some hate
There
listeners.
are definitely some of those out there.
Thank you for the listens. All listens are good listens.
It
so
still
thanks
counts.
for the downloads.
Oh, I'm comfy in my merch today. I didn't even say, so we'll give a little merch plug here at the end. This drop is still available, and it's so comfy. I alternate between the white and the, like, what do we want to call this? Pink, mauve, rose. I don't know what it's listed
Dusty
as.
Rose.
Dusty Rose. That's what it's listed on.
I don't know. That's what I'm calling it.
I forget what it's listed on the website, but
it's like mauve.
Mauve.
I don't know. Oh my
mauve.
gosh.
So definitely go check it out. And that's galsonthegopodcast.com for the merch. We have some exciting big things coming.
We do.
If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. If you're listening, rate us 5 stars.
Go follow us on Instagram at Brooke Michio, at Danielle Carolyn, at Gals in the Go Podcast, youtube.com/Brooke Michio Danielle, youtube.com/Danielle Carolyn. We have lots of fun vlogs coming up since we're doing some fun stuff, stories, just all the things, just so you can stay connected. So when we talk about things on the podcast, you're like, oh, I got a visual of that. Physical comedy. All right, we're going to end it here. We love you guys. Thanks so much for watching or listening. And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.